I'll tell you a strange habit about me. That is, I love watching documentaries. I love watching reality shows. I love watching behind the scenes of how they make a movie or what an athlete goes through before the actual event. Like it can be a boxer, MMA fighter. They have the showtime that before the fight, 3 months the camera will follow them and they literally show you how he trains, a few things, insights. The reason why I like to see all this is because there are so many life lessons to learn when you see someone going for their dream. Okay. And okay, reality shows, there is a bit of the controversy that the producers kind of have a plan whom to select as a winner. But the reality shows I'm talking specifically are like The Apprentice, both the US version, which Donald Trump was there, and the UK version, Sir Sugar Allen. And lately, I've started to watch MasterChef, the cooking competition. I like food. I like the way they cook. Never thought I'd be interested in that. Oh, by the way, Ultimate Fighting Championship. I've watched 30 seasons. That means almost like 30 years of this thing. They take you through like 4 months or 6 months or whatever until they prepare for the championship. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay. So, one of the key reasons I watch, which I told you, is the realism, the words of wisdom, and the life lessons. So, in this video, what I'm going to do is right now, is given the fact that I'm watching MasterChef, I'll give you 10 very powerful life lessons I learned, which really jumped out of the screen. I mean, like for example, someone says work hard. Suppose someone says work hard. We have all heard, oh, hard work. Yeah, I know that. But when you see a character and you come to know their story, the backstory, then that word hard work kind of has a context. So I'll give you 10 pieces of advice, 10 lessons that I learned. And I'll give you a slight example. It may not, obviously, you wouldn't know the character, but I'll try to make sense. Why am I sharing this with you? And feel free to comment down below and let me know, what do you think? Okay, what do you think about this video? And do you think, it kind of helped you expand your horizons? So the 10 compelling life lessons. First one. This one was really made me, it just gave me a slap on the face. There was this, I'm currently watching a MasterChef season, which is called Generations. So, how the format is, you will have maybe 16 contestants, for example, 16 or 20, and you have to eliminate each other. But then, to make the program exciting, they started putting people in teams or people from the north, south, east, and west of USA. But in this one, MasterChef Generations, they had baby boomers, people who are in their 50s, 60s. Then they had Generation X, then they had the millennials, and they had Generation Z, the latest one. So you're talking of someone who's 70s, the 60s, 70s, then the 40, 50s, the 30, 40s, then the 20s. And obviously, me being part of, I thought I was a baby boomer, but I realized after the division, I'm a Generation X. That's why they are in their 40s and 50s there, okay? 30, 40s or whatever. The youngest generation was the Generation Z. They were all 18-year-olds and 20-year-olds. And I was like, what the hell do you guys know? And they all were very baby face, all look like babies. Like, if I wouldn't know their age, I would think that they are 16 or 18. But here's a shocker. See, this competition is very bloody intense. Very, very intense. Like, for example, if the chef tells you, I want a chocolate dish with bitter herbs and cream and particular strawberry or whatever ingredient, you have to prepare in 30 minutes. Or he tells you, prepare uh, restaurant quality, 5 star, Michelin star, um, let's say jelly with custard. So it's not that you just cook anything, like you can open a packet Maggi noodle or whatever, Coca noodle and make. No, it has to be at a particular standard, and you have to know how to cook a steak. For example, he asks you, I want you cook the steak, but it should be rare or medium or well cooked. Just without cutting it, you should be able to know the temperature. You should be able to cook it. They'll even test your skills while cutting and chopping to see the speed. And when you cut, it has to be the same size. It can't be like you just no. And there's so many skills, man, unbelievable. Like they'll give you 20 different herbs and 20 different tastes, and you have to identify what is what. So unbelievable competition. So I thought that the young generation hardly knew anything. To my shock and surprise, right now I'm watching the series. It's not yet over. This 24-year-old girl is dominating and destroying people with 5, 10, 15, 20 years experience. And she hardly has one, like 2, 3 years experience. And she taught herself by looking at YouTube and TikTok videos and memorizing them and practicing them. In fact, the extreme ages where one was 18-year-old who destroyed competitors, even people with experience in cooking. And then there was one 72-year-old who impressed the judges. And he learned cooking after the age of like 65 or 60. So the first valuable lesson I want to share with you is, age and experience. Those are very powerful factors. So don't let that limit you. Maybe you're the youngest or maybe you're the oldest. You can still do it if you really, really put your heart and soul. So for me, and I began to respect this girl who was in her 20s. I was like, bloody hell. Initially I thought she was just they took her for her face, but the maturity she shows in the kitchen, nothing but respect. And the quality of dishes, it's like even Gordon Ramsay is like shocked. The second one, uh, there are, because obviously it's a TV show, there are a lot of contestants, not a lot, there are contestants who like to be colorful, loud, brash, overconfident. They like to be like a Muhammad Ali, or they like to be like a Conor McGregor, MMA. They make a lot of noise and they say, I'm going to destroy you, and I'm going to. So you kind of get worked up with emotions. And, some people like it. Some people are like, man, you're going to get your ass handed down to you. The beauty is sometimes the loud, brash ones who you think, man, this guy's definitely going to win. 100% he is going to win. They lose. And then the ones who are very quiet and very shy, like you think they will cry, they actually cry every time they fail or they get criticized. They end up winning it. It seems in season 6, one of the most shy, not shyest, most shy, her name is Claudia Sandoval. She won being quiet and shy. So the second one is, you might have all the talent, you might have all the skill, and you might be telling the whole world about it, being brash, maybe for entertainment, but sometimes don't underestimate your competition or your enemy, your competitor. Number 3 is resilience, pure resilience, not wanting to give up. For me, the biggest shocker of the season was season 3. This particular chef, you'll be shocked if I tell you this. I thought it was fake. I thought it was made up. You can Google search this. Her name is Christine Ha. What is so great about this contestant is, during the prelims, the qualify round, you have to first come. They'll sit. It's a dark room. It's like a warehouse. And you prepare the dish of your choice and you give it to the judges. So there are 3 judges. So people make and they explain and they talk. They have 45 minutes. This particular girl, when she came in, young woman, 30s or something, she came with a walking stick, for the blind, and she was with someone. I was like, is this some kind of gimmick? Is this some kind of joke? Like, blind? And the judges were stunned. And She comes there, and then she's trying to feel, the guy who was with her is helping her feel like what is on the dish and what is on the table, where are the dishes kept. And she was not like born blind, like she doesn't have eyes. She became blind. In I think from the age of 30, within 5 years, 6 years, she became blind. Now, if like how she sees, I researched her. It's like if there is fog, like you took a shower with the hot water, and there is that fog on the glass, and you cannot see anything, and your eyes go like this, and the colors are all mishmashed, and she has to literally go like this to see what it is. So she, the judges were like, they were skeptical. I was like, this is impossible. This is rubbish. She's never going to get through this one. She cooked, and the judges didn't want to give her, but they said, okay, fine. Two said yes. I think one said no, something like that. And throughout the whole show, every single time, it's like you thought she is going to go. Okay, she prepared the dishes well, but we are like, how will she lead others? How will she prepare this dish? But every episode, she became better and better and better. And towards the end, it was such a shocker when she won. It was unbelievable, and she, I almost had tears in my eyes when I heard like the reason why she wanted to take part, reason why she wanted to just take part, not win, because she didn't know she would win or not, but because she wanted to inspire people, and because she wanted to tell, don't judge others, maybe they can achieve greatness. I judged her. Oh, and I literally had tears in my eyes, and she inspired her family and the entire generation of so many people who, have these, like, imagine you're blind, yeah, and you have to prepare dishes which you can never see. So, number three is resilience, and Christine Ha. She also has a YouTube channel. You can check it out. They ask her all these kinds of questions. I really, really thought it was fabricated. I thought it was fake. Seriously. Number four is this one. This is a point I don't necessarily preach about, and I don't give importance to, but I realize how important it is. Number four is you need to know how to work with people, and they call it like teamwork and all that. For me, I like to work independently. I like to work alone. So I was not a very big fan of this. But where I realized is, oh, yes, I also work. I don't do teamwork, but I work with people, because you cannot get anything done if you cannot work with people. People have to trust you. People have to like you. People, like, when I get clients, they pay me 100% in advance before the job is done. I mean, unless and of course you wouldn't trust me, you wouldn't give me. And people work with me not because I'm the richest or the best or most famous, because they feel one with me through my stories, through my narratives, through the person that I am. So I'm not one of the most best or pleasing, and neither am I asking you to start pleasing and kiss ass and all that. But you should know how to manage people. I'm not very good at managing people. I'll be first with you. I don't have the patience, because there are some people who literally is impossible to manage, and most of the people are. But if you work, I would say, in a corporate scenario, run a business, you have to manage people. So that's number four. Number five is the adaptability gene. In this competition, there is, like every episode, there is one particular theme. It's called the mystery box. The mystery box challenge is where you have a box, which is wooden box, put the other way. Like normally when you have a box, you have it open at the top and you put stuff inside, right? This one is turned the other way, and you have to come there. Each one is given, and when you open, you don't know what is there, and you have to cook within 30, 40 minutes or 1 hour, whatever. So sometimes they all can be given the strangest items. Sometimes it can be the same. Sometimes it can be totally different. Sometimes, like once they even had bull's testicles and tongue and the insides of a bull. brain and all that. One other time they had octopus and a shrimp, and one other one they had like each contestant had a different kind of fish, but the person who won had a choice to give the hardest or the smelliest fish to the person he wanted them to lose to make competition tough. So the lesson here is, if you can adjust and you can adapt, only then you'll succeed. Um, Many a times, the person who was given the toughest dish came out with flying colors. Like, just imagine someone gives you a dish you hate or you never tasted. Like, one guy had gotten brains or testicles, the other one had gotten a fish which is impossible to cook. And as I was watching it, I was like, this person is gone today. This person will fail. But to my surprise, they not every time they didn't win the first place, but most of the time they succeeded, and or they came as the top three uh, to qualify for the next round. Uh, but sometimes what would shock me is the person who got the easiest, like shrimps or chocolate, to prepare chocolate, the thing, or sometimes the most popular dish, they would fail because of overconfidence. So adaptability wins the day. You need to adopt and adapt. Number six, this is my favorite mantra, and that is, you need, like, I always say, work hard, work so hard. The question is, who's second best? The preparation that these people do, you can't see it. Like, for example, just imagine they give you 20 different items, strangest items, like chips, crisp, like Lay's chips, and a Coca Cola, and eggs, and meat, and all other ingredients, chili, and they'll tell you, prepare something world class. It should be Michelin star, and you'll be like, how the hell will you do with this? Or they'll give you just vegetables, and they'll say, make it the most amazing, and what they've given you is the most bitter tasting vegetables. Or sometimes they'll give you the strangest dish items. um, the people who succeed are the ones who show results. But in order to get the results, you really have to practice and prepare. Like Gordon Ramsay, sometimes he says, this is going to be one of the hardest dishes. So before you do it, let me do it and show you. And where these guys would take 1 hour to prepare, he does it in 20 minutes. Like, he's so fast, like the way he cuts his fish and the way he takes out the meat and the way he cuts onions. And they just like stare, this way. You'll say, yeah, it's not fair. He has been doing this for 17, 18, 20 years. But yeah, he slogged his ass out to reach where he is. Like, I do personal branding. I've not started it just, after reading 2, 3 books. I've done it for 20 plus years. That is why when anyone sends me their resume, in a few seconds, it takes me a few seconds to tell you what exactly is wrong, where it's wrong, how I'm able to read through people, or how I'm able to guide through people. Because I've spent so many years in my craft. That is why you go to a carpenter, or you go to a technician, or you go to a computer programmer. If they have really put in their heart and their soul into what they're doing for 20, 25 years, they will look at what you're struggling for days, they'll do it in seconds. So the name of the game here is, preparation is the key. And I always tell them, listen, perfect practice. Practice as if every single practice was your last practice. That is why I give the example of Usain Bolt. When he has to run, we see only the 9 seconds that he ran. But for 4 years, he'll practice the same 9 seconds every day. And every day, imagine, he does the same run at the same intensity, maybe 9 seconds. Just imagine, in 1 hour. Obviously, he's not doing 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Maybe every 3, 4 minutes, he'll put 9 seconds, 9 seconds, 9. And then he has to practice in the gym. Then he has to do physiotherapy. Then he has to do stretching. Then nutrition. They literally stay away from their families just for 4 years until they achieve their goal. So preparation is a key. Number 7 is criticism. Gordon Ramsay is a very tough chef. He makes you cry. And there are people, I enjoy that. I kind of love it. Even this guy, America's Got Talent, with that guy, Simon Cowell. I like the tough love kind of this thing. Many times you'll see candidates break down. Sometimes you'll even see the guys get so angry, like the most infamous, you can type it out, contestant who wanted to hit Gordon Ramsay, but just because Gordon Ramsay was rude with him. So Gordon Ramsay told, come on, fuck the camera, forget the camera, hit me. He didn't know Gordon Ramsay knows, jiu-jitsu, black belt. So he can protect himself. He's a tough SOB. But, it's very easy for you to lose your cool. Very easy to shout, scream back. But to take it, keep quiet and take it in, test your character. And then if you can take it in and use it to help you improve, that is the secret to achieving greatness. I've had so many clients and customers who I train. Sometimes they also cry. It's not that I take a kind of pleasure. That's the only way to succeed, man. Otherwise, you're not going to succeed at all. So you take criticism as a gift, constructive ones, not the just bad words all that people give you, and use that to propel yourself to greatness. Number 8, this one I think I started to understand only after I started my YouTube channel. You see, I have, eight and a half thousand videos. Okay, every day I put 3 non-stop. There's no break. And people always say, hey man, you're giving quantity over quality. How about giving us something world class? Give 1 video per month or per 6 months. Yeah, there are some guys who create 1 video every 1 month, or their production value is like Mr. Beast, maybe 100 million, whatever they'll spend. I don't have that kind of budget, nor do I have that kind of stamina, nor do I have that personality, nor do I have that success. So I do what I can. And what do I have is the passion, is the focus, the purpose to put out content every single day. And take it from me, it's not easy. Like, I don't know if you noticed, not keeping well today, and a whole day I was lying down and, weak, and I wanted to make the video, but I could not. It's now 7:46. So from morning until now, I've been struggling just to make this video. But I will put out my 3 videos. This is the second one. It's not easy. You don't know how I'm feeling. See, I'm not saying this to get your empathy or sympathy or whatever. But I'm telling you, if you're passionate about something and you decide, like Seth Godin says, just publish the work. That's it. Don't worry about perfection. Don't worry about, I need to make it world class. Sometimes it's just best to let the work out. Whether it goes viral, doesn't go viral, that is secondary. Just put out the work out every single day, no excuses. So this is my work and I do it every day. Whether I have a client, don't have a client, feel good, don't feel good, whatever. 2 more, 9 and 10. Number 9 is the power of growth mindset. Remember I told you about that bull's testicles and all that, liver and all that. And then there was octopus, strange smelly fishes. Sometimes he'll ask you to cook actual dish, spicy dish with coffee. I never heard that. I never seen that until I saw it on video. Then he'll tell you to put sweet, like sweet fruits and all that, but make a savory dish. How do you do that? How do you, like, okay, pineapple pizza tastes sweet, but what if he tells you that sweet taste should not be there? So how do you cook? Or they give you the spiciest chilies and they tell you make a dish that should be edible for a person who's not used to eating spicy. So the amount of creativity that there is unbelievable. Like they'll give you white wine, red wine, cheese, pasta, stuff that you have never seen, stuff that you do not get in the day-to-day markets, but you'll have to cook. Maybe you'll have to cook a Thai dish or a Vietnamese soup or some African dish that you never heard of or never seen, the flavor. And the reason why some succeed and most fail is that some people, they have a growth mindset. You must teach and train new techniques every single day. And Otherwise, you will get outdated. That is why when AI came out, many people were afraid and scared. Well, see how you can incorporate it into your day-to-day life. I'm not saying use it to write a 3,000 worded article or, uh, you know, don't work and write your emails and all. No, that you do it by yourself. That is your skill. Spelling mistakes, okay, fine. Oh, is this sentence correct? There you can take help. But learn to use technology to your benefit. Don't create a PowerPoint presentation using AI. No, all those that I'm against. Like in my videos, never use AI for any single goddamn thing. These videos will feature me, even the script, me. Because if I were to give this, I give my skill to machine or technology, and then I'm forever dependent on them. So, same thing. Have a growth mindset. Sharpen your, saw, like Stephen Covey says. Learn the skills, and always try to be better. Last and final point. This is something I've always preached, and I saw this when I saw the documentary. It's called Shrimp, Ants on the Shrimp. This documentary, unbelievable. This restaurant is called Noma. It's a Dutch restaurant. It's rated as the world's best. The part that really got to me is not just the way he cooks, but what shocked me is the way he cleans. Let's say, for example, this is the kitchen table. When he's cleaning the kitchen table after the day is over, he literally puts his face so close to it and he scrubs like this, like he scrubs until it's completely like, clean. He's that much of a perfectionist. Now, it's not just he's famous for cleaning his dishes. For example, he has a dish. Okay, I'll use the same thing here. I think this is a dish. Okay, this is a dish. This dish and this dish, the plates are the same. When he puts a drop, let's say a drop of orange gelatin or something, he'll put 1, 2, 3. Like suppose he puts 12 here. He'll go to the next plate and it has to look the same. It has to visually look the same. It has to taste the same. It has to be the same temperature. In fact, Michelin star chefs have this mantra. You go to any of my restaurants, whether you go to Germany, you go to France, you go to USA, you go to Canada, you go anywhere in the world, and you order the same dish, all will look the same, taste the same, they follow the same protocol. So that kind of perfection, that kind of attention to detail made me admire. If you want to know more about this, go to on YouTube Eaters. I think it's EATERS or Michelin star chef in Las Vegas. And you'll be surprised to know they have a ruler to even measure the distance between some of the items on the dish. So it might look like he just plopped 2-3 things and just put some color on the plate. No. All the plates look the same, smell the same, taste the same. So it's called plating, by the way. Plating, where the plate, finally, the way the food is served, must look so visually appealing. It's like, wow. And they all should look the same. So these are the 10 lessons that I learned after watching life lessons, MasterChef. I mean, it might sound very generic, but very, very powerful lessons. And I thought it is best I share them with you. So anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Good, bad, ugly. Do you think you learned anything worthwhile? And do put your favorite lesson among all of them. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. So good, bad, ugly. You guys take care. It's me signing off.